Of all the instruments available to a serious trainer over 50, one has more influence over every other metric than any single variable. Not your training program, not your nutrition, not your supplements. Your sleep. Not because sleep feels good, because sleep is the biological mechanism by which your body converts training into adaptation. Without adequate quality sleep, the work you put in at the gym is stimulus without response. You are making deposits into an account that cannot process them. I have been tracking sleep with my Apple Watch for quite some time. Over the last 7 days, I averaged 9 hours and 15 minutes per night. Excellent by most research standards for an adult over 70. But duration is only part of the story. 3 of those 7 nights scored high. 4 scored okay. The primary factor? My interruption score. Apple Watch measures interruptions on a scale of 0 to 20, tracking how often you woke up and the total time spent awake overnight. My 30-day average is 4 out of 20. That means I am losing 16 points out of a possible 20 to frequent or prolonged waking. Despite averaging more than 9 hours in bed, a significant portion of that time is spent awake or in fragmented light sleep, rather than in the deep restorative stages where recovery actually happens. Duration and quality are not the same thing, and a 4 out of 20 interruption score is where the work needs to happen. Sleep is not passive rest. It is an active biological process your training depends on completely. Muscle protein synthesis, the repair triggered by resistance training, occurs primarily during deep sleep, when growth hormone secretion peaks. After 50, baseline growth hormone is already declining. Sleep fragmentation suppresses the pulses that remain. Cortisol should be lowest during sleep. Disrupted sleep elevates it during the overnight recovery window when it should be suppressed, breaking down muscle, impairing bone density, and increasing visceral fat. And as we covered in The Numbers Don't Lie, HRV is directly driven by sleep quality. Fragmented sleep produces measurably lower morning HRV, which means reduced training capacity the next day. 7 interventions, organized by leverage. 1. Consistent sleep and wake times. Your circadian rhythm is a biological clock. Irregular timing disrupts it regardless of duration. Waking at the same time every day, including weekends, is the single most effective behavioral intervention available. 2. Temperature management. Core body temperature must drop to initiate deep sleep. A bedroom between 65 and 68 degrees supports this. A warm shower 60 to 90 minutes before bed accelerates the drop. 3. Light management. Morning light within 30 minutes of waking sets your clock. Evening screen light in the 90 minutes before bed delays melatonin. Both ends matter. 4. Alcohol. Even moderate consumption fragments the second half of the sleep cycle, suppresses REM, and measurably suppresses overnight HRV. If your interruption score is low, alcohol timing and quantity is the first variable to examine. 5. Training timing. Vigorous exercise within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime delays onset and elevates core temperature at the wrong point. Earlier is better. 6. Caffeine cutoff. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, longer after 50. Cut off by noon if your sleep is fragmented. 7. Strategic napping. A 20 to 30-minute nap before 3 p.m. can partially offset overnight fragmentation without suppressing nighttime sleep pressure. Your morning metrics, HRV, resting heart rate, sleep score, are the readout of how well last night's sleep did its job. Poor sleep suppresses HRV and elevates RHR. The framework from Post 1 translates that into a modified session. Less fatigue supports better sleep that night. Better sleep produces higher HRV and lower RHR, and a full-intensity session the day after. Sleep is the recovery half of the training system. The program provides the stimulus. Sleep provides the adaptation. Given my own data, strong duration but a 30-day interruption score of 4 out of 20. Temperature management, alcohol timing, and wake time consistency are where my leverage is. Losing 16 points out of 20 to fragmented waking is compressing the deep sleep window that drives HRV and recovery. I will report back on whether targeted interventions move the score, and whether that shows up in the HRV and RHR data the way the research predicts. Next, in Train Smarter, the nutrition protocol. Protein timing, carbohydrate strategy, and the specific nutritional inputs that support muscle protein synthesis, bone density, and metabolic health after 50. What you eat tied directly to everything your dashboard is measuring. I'm Marty at VirtaFitness. I'll see you next week.